Most vehicles are remembered for how powerful they were. This one is remembered for how it almost didn't exist. Here are the 10 mind-blowing facts about the 1953 Chevrolet Corvette that will change the way you see America's first sports car. And trust me, the last one will blow your mind. 10. Only 300 were made. The very first Corvette had a production run so small that every car was essentially hand-built. Only 300 units rolled off a temporary assembly line in Flint, Michigan. Workers assembled them in a converted delivery garage, piece by piece, hand-laying fiberglass and fitting the body panels. The bodies were experimental, some wavy, some misaligned, and others with doors that didn't quite close right. At the end of 1953, nearly 50 cars remained unsold, and GM executives were seriously considering scrapping the project altogether. Today, only about 225 of those original cars still exist, making them some of the most valuable Corvettes ever built. 9. The Corvette almost had a different name. Before settling on Corvette, Chevrolet executives debated names like Opel and Corvair. They wanted something that sounded European to attract young buyers. But it was Myron Scott, an advertising executive, who suggested Corvette, named after the nimble warships that escorted convoys in World War II. The executives weren't convinced at first, thinking the name too nautical, but it eventually won by just 2 votes. Imagine if those votes had gone the other way. Chevrolet America or Chevrolet Wildcat might have been the American sports car icon today. 8. The blue flame engine under the hood, the 1953 Corvette, had a 235 cubic inch inline-6 dubbed the Blue Flame engine. Modified with 3 side draft carburetors, higher compression, and a more aggressive camshaft, it produced 150 horsepower. Respectable for the era, but far from dominant, European sports cars were faster. Still, the engine was smooth, reliable, and capable of long cruises without breaking a sweat. A rare balance of practicality and performance for the first American sports car. 7. No roll-up windows. Instead of proper windows, the Corvette had snap-in plastic side curtains. Rain? You had to pull over, get out, and snap them into place while soaking wet. The plastic yellowed in sunlight and scratched easily. Exterior door handles were missing, so if the curtains were in place, you were basically locked out of your own car. Chevrolet called it a sports car feature. The truth was cost-cutting and unfinished design. This single inconvenience frustrated buyers and probably hurt sales more than anything else. 6. Automatic only. Every 1953 Corvette came with a 2-speed Power Glide automatic. No manual option. Sports car enthusiasts were baffled. The transmission was sluggish and not ideal for spirited driving. GM claimed they wanted to appeal to a wider audience, but the real reason was practicality. The Power Glide was readily available from sedan production. The press roasted the decision, and European-style buyers couldn't take an automatic sports car seriously. 5. Fiberglass bodies were revolutionary. The Corvette was the first mass-produced car with a fiberglass body. Built from 46 hand-laid pieces, it was lightweight, rust-proof, and flexible. But early production was messy. Resin fumes were toxic, fiberglass shards embedded in skin, and quality varied wildly. Some panels were perfect, others had thick or thin spots that could crack. Despite the challenges, fiberglass allowed for curves impossible in steel and defined the Corvette's iconic shape. Dealers even received manuals teaching them how to repair the bodies, a first in automotive history. 4. Interior chaos. While the exterior was crisp, the interior was a patchwork of reds. Seats, carpets, and dashboards came from different suppliers with no color-matching system. Under showroom lighting, it looked fine. In sunlight, it resembled a crazy quilt of reds. Dealers had no solution. Restoration experts today must document every shade to preserve authenticity. A perfectly matched interior likely means it's over-restored. 3. Hidden gas cap and primitive amenities. The gas cap was hidden behind the left tail light, accessible only by flipping the assembly on a hinge. Weak springs, rust, and freezing winter weather made fueling a nightmare. No heater, no defroster, and an optional AM radio that sounded like it was underwater meant the car was barely equipped for real-world use. Celebrities avoided it. John Wayne considered it too small. Women couldn't exit gracefully in dresses, and dealers struggled to sell the primitive roadster. 2. Hand-signed by assembly workers. Each Corvette was a labor of love. Skilled workers often signed hidden areas inside the car, under dashboards, inside door panels, or in the trunk. Some included drawings, messages, or dates. About 60% of 1953 Corvettes have at least one signature, connecting modern owners to the people who built these handcrafted machines 70 years ago. These signatures are now highly prized and preserved during restorations. 1. Surprise car, the one that will blow your mind. And now, the moment I promised you. The surprise Corvette. Serial number 3, built specifically for Harley Earl, GM's legendary design chief. Unlike the rest, it wasn't polo white. It was metallic blue, with a custom interior, power seats borrowed from a Cadillac, an experimental instrument cluster, and even early disc brakes decades ahead of production. Earl drove it as a personal car and test bed for future features. It later disappeared into GM's executive fleet, sold to dealers unaware of its uniqueness, and even repainted white. Only in the 1990s was the original blue discovered under layers of paint. Today, it's restored to its original glory and valued at over $2 million, making it the most important and unique 1953 Corvette in existence. Truly, a car that will blow your mind. Those are the 10 facts that define the very first Corvette. Each one tells a story of risk, innovation, and near failure. What started as a hand-built experiment with just 300 cars almost ended before it began, yet it grew into one of the most iconic American sports cars ever. If you loved this deep dive into automotive history, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and click on the next video on your screen. There's more hidden automotive history waiting for you, and you won't want to miss it.